Hi everyone, I'm Modern Mulan. Welcome to our 13th episode of IC Stories Manila. I can't believe the 13th episode na tayo. But this is our first episode for the new year. Ayan, Happy New Year everyone. Kumusta naman kayo? How was your holidays? Anong ginawa ninyo dyan? Let us know in the comment section. Ayan, thank you so much sa mga napakaagang viewers natin. No? So let me say hi to everyone blowing up the group chat or the comment section. Ayan, so we have Viva, hello, Hopes Alive, hello, Uni Aditya, hello. Thank you so much for being here. Mufata, hello, good afternoon. Waiting for the live. Hi Dewey, thank you so much. You were here so early. Thank you. We appreciate it. As well as Kaka Murka. Thank you. Spitfire, super nice to see you again. Maraming salamat. Thank you everyone for being here. Ayan. So to all of our non-Filipino viewers, don't worry because the interview will be conducted in English. So I'm just saying, I'm just speaking Filipino for our Filipino viewers ngayon. During the intro. Hello, thank you so much for being here. We have an exciting episode ahead, so I hope you guys are excited and I hope your questions are ready because you know the drill at the end of our Q&A, at the end of our main Q&A. It's your time to shine. We'll be getting 5 of the best questions from the community, and then we'll also be giving away some ICP for you guys. So, all right, let's call in our speaker, Sir Nelson. Ayan, kumustahin natin siya. Sir Nelson, how are you? How are your holidays?
Hi, Modern Mulan. I'm good. Napakasaya ng New Year. Happy New Year sa
Mm.
lahat ng nanonood.
Yes, Happy New Year.
And yeah, very exciting yung show ngayon, of course,
Mm.
together with OpenChat.
Mm.
Isipin mo na lang na ito yung future ng chat applications.
Yeah.
100% decentralized on-chain and marami pang features na i-explain mamaya yung guest natin. So,
Mm.
maraming magagawa ito eh. Para itong makakapag-send ka ng token via chat. Isipin mo, di ba, meron tayong laging pa-contest sa Twitter
Yeah.
natin. So, we can send na yung mga prizes via chat. They just have to,
Diretso
of
na, 'di
course,
ba?
oo,
Yeah.
diretso na doon sa chat.
Mm.
So, sa ka pa nakakita nun, ang dami pang pwedeng gawin doon. Para
For
kang
sure.
nag-remit ng pera, di ba? Parang nagpadala.
Mm.
Alam mo, gano'n, na via chat.
Yeah.
So, alamin natin lahat yan mamaya sa guest natin. So,
Mm.
exciting to. Actually, yung ICP Manila, meron din tayong open chat channel. So, bago
Mm.
yun. So, we want to grow that as well. And yeah, let's learn more sa guest natin.
Napakarami ko ngang questions sa kanya nung nasa backstage pa lang tayo. Pinipigilan ko yung sarili ko because I don't wanna spoil the fun. Gusto ko involve lahat at marinig nila yung mga, yung mga questions and also the answers of our guest, no? So,
Yes.
ayan. If you guys are ready, may mga nag-send na ng questions. Kalma lang, guys. Go, prepare niyo muna yan.
Wow.
Save those for the end. Yan. Or you can also send them now para medyo nababasa na natin, no? So
Yes,
again,
that's
thank you so much
correct.
everyone for joining us. Please do share the
Maraming
live
salamat.
stream. Yeah, and then if you don't mind, i-like niyo na rin po yung stream natin. Share it to your family and friends. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And we also have links of our other social media accounts there. So yeah, I think without further ado, let's call in our very special guest for today. So, ang kakwentuhan natin today is the co-founder of OpenChat himself. We have Hamish with us. Ayan. Sir Hamish, hey, how are you? How are you
Hello.
doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you for gracing the
Hi,
show.
Hamish.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What have you been up to? Just give us a brief introduction.
Okay, yeah. Well, I am one of the 3 people building OpenChat. We've been
Mm.
on it for, I think, two years now. That's flown by.
Oh, yeah.
And the 3 of us, we actually worked together in our previous job. We worked together for, I think, 6 or 7 years, just
Mm.
in the Web 2 world. We were working
Yeah.
on an online travel agent. Um,
Oh.
but then
Uh-huh.
Dom actually worked with one of the other guys
Mm.
maybe 15 years ago or so. They worked together for, I think, 10 years.
So they
And
go way back.
yeah, and they had built various like startup companies. They built one called Fight My Monster, which some people may know, that made it quite big. And so Dom messaged Matt, this person he knew, saying like, look, I'm building this internet computer thing. We're looking to get some devs on board. And Matt told myself and Julian about this, and we all quit. And we came to work on building on the IC. And yeah, it's been great.
Oh, that's so good to hear. And it's so funny how, Web3 connects all of us. Like, it might feel so random, but when you start working with these people,
Yeah.
it starts to feel so organic and it feels really right. So, you worked for a travel agency, right? So I know the idea, they presented it to you, but what made you say yes to it ultimately? Like, what was the hook? Why do you believe in this?
Yeah, I enjoyed my old job. I was kind
Mhm.
of in charge of the hotel search engine side, so I was doing scalability, and
Yeah.
it was
Oh.
fun, and it was a good team. But when I saw the potential and just doing something completely new, and
Mhm.
also working with people who I get on really well with and work
Yeah.
together with really well,
Mhm.
I had to say yes. I had to jump.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad I did.
Hmm. For sure. I mean, tell us a little bit more now about OpenChat. What is it? How would you describe it to someone who may not have heard it before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's a chat app, much like WhatsApp and Telegram and stuff.
Hmm.
But everything is on chain. So all of the messages are stored on chain.
Hmm.
You can send ICP. You can very soon send SNS1 tokens and CKBTC, which is essentially Bitcoin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will be launching our own token soon, which we're calling Chat.
Hmm.
And so the people who hold those chat tokens will be the people who can vote on changes to the service. So it's very different to WhatsApp, where WhatsApp is owned by
Mhm.
Meta, and so
Yeah.
essentially Mark Zuckerberg and co can
Hmm.
decide everything. Whereas with OpenChat, currently the three of
Hmm.
us devs, we
Mhm.
decide everything because it is still centralized. We hold the power currently, but
Yeah.
very soon
Mhm.
there will be a decentralization sale.
Hmm.
DFINITY are building this thing called the SNS.
Hmm.
Yes.
And so when there is this decentralization sale, at that point, we will distribute the chat tokens to the people who take part in the sale. And
Yeah.
from that point on, the community has control. We will give control
Yeah.
to the community. And this is completely new. This is a
Hmm.
world first.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting.
I know.
Yeah,
And
agree. Yeah,
yes,
Hamish.
sir. What do you think about it?
Yeah. I'm very much interested. Yeah, with OpenChat. That's the reason why we have a channel there.
Hmm.
Yeah, ICP Manila. We want to grow our channel in OpenChat. Because one of the things that we do on Twitter is we do regular contests.
Mm.
So, well, I think it's a good idea. We're in.
And it's gonna be super helpful, and
Yeah, they
it'll
get
be
their
less
prizes.
friction. Uh huh.
Yeah, they get their prizes through chat,
Mm.
basically highlighting the feature and the capabilities of the decentralized app like OpenChat.
Yeah.
And I think it's a game changer, definitely, wherein you can send ICP and soon in the future their chat token.
Yeah.
Hamish, hope you don't mind me asking, do you have a timeline on the SNS and the chat token?
Um, as soon as possible.
Sorry
So
for
Yeah.
putting you in the spot.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
was like,
we it's out of our hands, really.
Okay.
DFINITY are building the SNS functionality,
mm,
and
Mm-hmm.
as soon as they say they are ready, we will press the big red button and launch.
Good to go.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
okay, nice,
but
nice, nice, nice.
realistically, it will be roughly 1 month.
Hmm. Well,
I
that's
hope it is.
quick.
Now that I've said it, I hope it
Yeah.
is. And you'll come back and be like, you
Really?
lied. But
If it's
hopefully
not, if
one
it's
month.
like a
Yeah.
month and a day, we'll be definitely like buzzing your door. You
Yeah,
said
yeah,
a
yeah.
month. It's been a day after that. Yeah.
You know,
No, for
like
sure.
they
Mm.
did the I don't know if people are aware, but there was the SNS one.
Yeah,
That was kind of a trial run
Mhm.
of
yeah.
the
Yeah.
A
SNS,
dress
and
rehearsal.
Yeah.
it worked.
A good way
It
to
like
put it. Yeah.
it worked, but there were issues, and so
Mm.
Yeah.
DFINITY have like gone and made a load of improvements,
Yeah.
and there was also more functionality that we needed in the OpenChat sale that wasn't required for the SNS one. So it's taken a bit of extra time for R1 to be ready, but it's soon.
Yeah. Hamish, yeah, I think the buzz within the community is that after SNS one, basically you're the one. Open Chat will be the one who will be definitely launching
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
SNS
hopefully
two,
we yeah,
like an
Yeah.
SNS two type
like
thing.
we want to do it as soon as we can. So yeah,
So yeah,
hopefully we'll be
yeah,
next.
everybody is excited. So anyway, going back to what Open Chat is, of course it is free. And of course, one of the main unique proposition is 100% decentralized, is 100% on chain, and of course, you can send ICP and in the future chat tokens within the chat. Is the mobile version available already in any region?
Yeah, yeah. There's a mobile version. It's not a mobile app. It's just
Mm-hmm.
a website that you have to visit in a browser. What you can
Oh,
do though is
okay.
you can there's like a save on an iPhone anyway. There's like a save to home page, and on
Mhm.
Android there's I think it's
Mm.
called something slightly different, but it makes it as if it's an app. So
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's like easier access still. But are you
on my
planning
phone
on?
it's like, do you see I've got the
Oh,
open
Yeah.
chat.
yeah. I see. But
Mm-hmm.
are you working towards, developing an app for it?
We will, that's on our roadmap. We
Down
will
the
have that
line.
in the future, but
Mm.
it's gonna be quite hard because um, in order to have an app on the Apple App Store,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Apple need to have a contract with who? OpenChat is
Oh,
not
okay.
owned by any one person. It's owned by the community. How could the community like sign
I
something?
Mm.
see. I
I mean,
see.
Okay.
maybe in the future we have an OpenChat Foundation, and then
Mhm.
Apple can have a
Mm.
contract with the OpenChat Foundation. But that,
Yeah.
that's going to be a while in the
Well,
future.
the transition from
Mm-hmm.
Web 2 to Web 3, it's a space that we're still trying to define and build. So the
Yeah.
legalities,
Yeah,
it's still like a very murky waters from here. But it's so nice to hear that even though you don't have the app yet, it's still very convenient for mobile users. Because
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
a lot of people, they access. I mean, the proposition or the very core of Open Chat, from what I've read, is that to
get it
make
on your
things
phone.
easier, yeah, to connect more people. And what better way to connect people
Yeah.
than mobile phones? Everybody has them now. So yeah, that's good. What else can you share with us? What are you guys planning down the road? Well, for the year.
Um, I mean, our mission is to just build as good a chat app as we can. We want it to have
Hmm.
all of the features that you'd expect from
Yeah.
a normal chat app. What we want really is that people who use it don't even need to know that it's on crypto at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
is the goal. Yeah.
Like it needs to be really easy to register. At the moment, internet identity,
Hmm. Yeah.
it could be a bit easier. Like remembering an internet identity anchor is not
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
normal terminology that people are used
Yeah.
to.
Mm-hmm.
But we want it to be at least as secure as
Hmm.
all of these other ones, which
Yeah.
it isn't right now. Um,
Yeah.
Mm.
because
That's a whole
we
other topic. Yeah.
yeah we want to have end-to-end encryption, like WhatsApp
Mm.
do and Signal do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
DFINITY are building a feature called threshold encryption, and this will
Yeah.
allow us to do end-to-end encryption. And
Yeah.
it will allow us to do end-to-end encryption better than WhatsApp and Signal, because
We like to hear
on
that.
on on WhatsApp, the encryption key is stored on your device,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
which means if someone gains access to your device, they've got all your messages. But it also means if you lose your device, you've lost all your messages.
Everything, yeah.
Whereas what we would do is we would get a key from the IC. You would log into Internet Identity, and then you'd send a request to get your key, and the key would be generated there and
Oh
then.
yeah.
And when I say generated, it's deterministically generated. So you get the same
Yeah.
key every time. But
Yeah.
the key, you receive it back from the internet computer in encrypted form. So the nodes of the internet computer never see it in plain
Yeah.
text. They only ever see it encrypted. Then you decrypt it on your device, and then you can use that to encrypt and decrypt all your messages. And it
Oh,
means
that's
that
cool.
if you lose your device, as long as you can sign in to your identity, through internet identity or NFID,
Yeah.
you can still
You have
access all your messages.
access.
And also it means we can do things like we can have a high security mode where you'd have to log in every time. And so even if someone, this is optional. And so if someone stole your device and gained access to your device, they still wouldn't have access to your messages.
Yeah. Agree.
So
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
basically
Yeah, I
we
think I agree that it's, better encryption than what we currently have now.
essentially we want to be at least as good as all of the chat apps out there,
Yeah.
but then have additional things that are only made possible because we're running on crypto, we're decentralized, we're
Yeah.
community governed. So that's the goal. It's a big
Yeah.
it's a big challenge, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think, Hamish, I just want to add that you have one of the best user interface and UX within the IC projects. It's super clean.
I agree.
It's
Thank
super
you.
easy to navigate. It's just so quick, and Twitter just registers in an instant, unlike Telegram, which sometimes happens to hang for some reason. I do not know why. But when I started using it, I think, well, okay, I think this is the future of
You nailed the
chat
seamless
application.
integration. Because
Yeah.
that was a good
Yeah.
point that you brought up. Like, in order to, entice people who aren't
Yeah.
really involved or aware of the Web
Mhm.
three or anything about crypto, basically,
Yeah.
you have to make it a very seamless,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
transition or
Yeah.
integration.
Can you Hamish tell me about the journey? How did you go about with the UI UX of the open chat? Did
Yeah.
it start like that already?
Well, so we had an OpenChat V1 version 1 maybe, or
Mm-hmm.
beta, whatever. The first iteration
Mm-hmm.
was really simple. It was all in, I think, 4 canisters. There was like a user canister, a chat
Yeah.
canister, a
Mm-hmm.
notification. I can't remember, but and this was this was running for about 6 months or so. But while it was running, we were always planning to build a more scalable version. And in this more
Mm-hmm.
scalable version, which is what we have now, every user has their own canister. And what that means is that we
Oh.
can just scale and scale and scale. And as more users sign up, we can just spin up more and more canisters. And the internet computer
Yeah.
can host any number of canisters. It's completely in theory, it's limitless. They can just spin up more subnets and
Mm-hmm.
fill them with canisters. So the first version, the really simple version, was kind of just a proof of concept. We wanted to see, can we make this thing work? Like,
Mm-hmm.
will it be okay on the UX side, sending messages on that are all stored on chain? This hadn't been done before, so we wanted to make sure that it was as responsive as we needed.
Yeah.
Because if it was slow, no one would use it. People want
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
for
send,
sure.
you send a WhatsApp message and it's instant, and so we need the UI
Yes.
to give that same feel.
Yeah.
Obviously, it takes 2 seconds or so for a message to confirm, but users don't need to see those 2 seconds. They need to just instantly see, right, the message is done.
Yeah.
And so then we built this second version, which is with the vision to make it as scalable as possible, millions of users. And as the user numbers grew, we hit bottlenecks a lot of the time on the internet computer, because the internet computer is a work in progress. It's getting more efficient all the time, but our setup is that we have loads of canisters, and so when we have 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 canisters on a subnet, the subnet would sometimes start slowing down. And then we'd reach out to DFINITY and be like, look, the subnet is slowing down, and they'd dig into it and they'd see, oh, here's a bottleneck, let's remove the bottleneck. And it's been fun, actually, like working with them through these bottlenecks that they're finding, and it's all things that they knew they would have to improve. It's just they were prioritizing other things until it became an issue. And so right now we have about, I think, 90,000 canisters on one of our subnets, and we've just started a second subnet. So we spent a month or so changing our system so that we can span across any number of subnets. So now we filled up the first subnet first, and we always knew this would be the case. We always knew we would fill up one, but we'd eventually outgrow the one. And so we've now got a second subnet, but then when that becomes full, we'll get a third and a fourth and a fifth. But also those subnets, as they become more efficient, we can open them up again for more users. So currently we have 90,000 canisters, I think, on our first subnet, but as DFINITY make more improvements, we might end up with 1 million on the one subnet.
Nice.
So we're pretty sure that with our current architecture, we should be able to get at least, I hope, like in the millions of users.
Yeah, I hope so too, because it's a really good concept. So with good ideas, you also need good execution, right? So I think you guys are really working hard towards that. So another crucial thing that I see is, how are you gonna market this? How are you gonna introduce this to crypto and non-crypto people, like, or Web3 or non-Web3 people alike?
Yeah, well, currently, really, the majority of the users, probably all the users actually, are crypto people.
Yeah.
Just because that's
as
the
expected.
bubble
Yeah.
that we live in. But ideally, they would bring on their friends and family.
I see.
But this is an issue. This is something that we need to work on, because the three of us building it are just with developers, and our strength is to do the development story. And so we're probably going to need to bring on people to market, or we'll see how it goes. If we continue to grow and we're happy with the growth, then we can just leave it as just spreading through other people doing our marketing, essentially. And once we've got the chat token, people holding that chat token will be even more incentivized to spread the word. And so we'll see. If we're not happy with the growth, but we are happy with the product, then we'll need to push the growth. At the moment,
that makes sense.
At the moment, we've never prioritized marketing, just because we want to make the product better, but also the growth has been more than enough. Like we've hit our limits quite a few times. Now that we've got this more scalable architecture, then the door is open for more users to come in, but we're still not prioritizing doing all this marketing just because we're happy with the growth.
I agree.
And
you have a good
want
growth,
to spend our time. We want to spend our time making the product better. We have so much that we want to do.
You let it market itself.
Like we don't want to get millions of people on and then run into issues. We want to really nail the product. And if we get the product to a state where we are genuinely competitive with WhatsApp and Signal, then I think the marketing will sort itself out. The growth will sort itself out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
community does help definitely, and
Yeah.
community transcends per country.
Mm-hmm.
Like us in the Philippines, we're looking for a Web3 version of Telegram that we
Mm.
can move our community
This is it.
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Well, so this is another feature that we want, that we have planned,
Mhm.
called communities, where currently you can either have a direct chat, so two people chatting, or you can have a
Yeah.
group, and a group can have
Oh,
Mm.
any number of people. We haven't actually put a limit on how many people, but we probably should. We just don't know what that
yeah.
limit would
I
be.
was gonna ask.
Um,
Yeah.
I think if we start having issues, then we'll put a limit. But until
Mm.
maybe it will work with 50,000, 100,000 in a group. Who knows?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll add a limit when we see issues.
yeah,
Mm.
But what we want to have is communities, and
agree.
Mm.
communities will just be a group of groups.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, with Slack, a company might have their Slack workspace, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
within that workspace there might be 200 groups,
Yeah.
and you
Mm,
can
yeah.
control who has access to your community. So the community could be
Oh,
public or
like
it could be private.
subgroups, right?
So um,
Mm-hmm.
one thing we really want to do is we want to get DFINITY use Slack internally.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
And what we'd be keen to have is have DFINITY move over to using OpenChat, and there would be a
Mhm.
DFINITY community,
Yeah.
which would be private.
That
So
would be great.
only DFINITY can add people to that community.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then
Mm.
then
It's a good idea.
once you're in the community, there can be public groups that anyone can discover.
Mm.
Yeah. 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 Hamish. In Telegram, since of course Telegram is big,
Yeah.
there are also a lot of scammers. Definitely for OpenChat, for other Web3, there's still none.
Mm.
Is this something that you're expecting in the near future? Um, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
We've had some scammers already.
Oh, really?
When it was
Oh,
the
this early on.
Yeah, when there was the SNS airdrop,
Okay.
we had some accounts who would put their username as like SNS airdrop bot,
Oh
and would
no.
then
Oh,
message people being like,
classics.
they'd say like, send 1 ICP and you'll be added to the
Yeah.
airdrop.
Mm.
But it's quite hard because who should be in charge of blocking these
Yeah.
users?
I
Like,
agree.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm just in the future
Mm-hmm.
vision. I'm just a regular user. I can't say block that user,
Yeah.
because the whole
Uh-huh.
point is that the thing is decentralized. So,
Mm-hmm.
we might have to have moderators, and then people
Mm.
can propose. They can make a proposal for themselves to have to be upgraded to a moderator, and then maybe the
Yeah.
moderators can block people. But then, if the community isn't happy with a moderator, someone can make a proposal that this person
Replace.
shouldn't be a moderator. But however we
Mm-hmm.
do it, it needs to be done through through the community.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, it can't all be done through the community, as in blocking each
Mm-hmm.
individual
Yeah.
user
Yeah.
can't be a community vote, because it's too slow. There could be hundreds of users that we need to
And
block, and so
manipulation
it would
is,
be
yeah.
we would need to have moderators who can act individually, just so at the speed.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
But the community would have to empower those people,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
or take the power away if the community isn't happy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Amish, do you have an idea? If you have any direct competitor within the IC ecosystem, or
Oh,
on other
good question.
blockchains?
Um, Yeah, I mean, there are lots of other chat apps out there.
Mm-hmm.
None that I know of where all of the messages are on chain. So I think that is a unique
Yeah,
selling point of
agree.
ours. But equally, our view is to try and compete with the big Web2 players, and the
Mm-hmm.
crypto bubble is like this in the world,
Yeah.
and so it doesn't matter how many people are in here. We want to try and break out into the wider world. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
Makes
thinking
sense.
of our competitors as being like WhatsApp and Discord and Telegram and WeChat,
Mm-hmm.
rather than
Yeah.
anyone on Web2.
Yeah,
Agree.
yeah.
Sorry, Web3.
Web3, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. This one is a bit, I think, controversial. Since one of the unique features of OpenChat is basically you'll be able to send ICP. Of
Mm.
course, it also has a monetary value. In the future, you can send chat tokens. Of course, it's going to have a monetary value. Will this be covered in terms of government regulation, depending on which country the user is coming from? Will it be considered as a remittance? I do not know, but I'm just thinking
Yeah.
ahead in the future.
Yeah.
What do you think
So
about that?
yeah, so I'm not a lawyer, um, but the three of us who are building OpenChat, we have actually spoken to some lawyers to just
Mm.
make sure that we won't end up in jail.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but so those lawyers are happy that what we're doing is all okay. Um,
Mm.
at least
Okay.
up into the point when we become an SNS, at which point we no
Yeah.
longer have control. And so I think once it is community governed, how can any government? I, I don't know. It's hard to say really, because
Yeah.
who is running this service?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the community. Okay, send the community to
Agree.
jail. Like, what does that mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
And also, it will be hard to block as well,
Mm.
because in the future, DFINITY want to have decentralized node providers,
Mhm.
and so
Mm.
anyone can just spin up. Decentralized boundary nodes,
Mhm.
and so every request into the internet computer goes via a boundary node. And
Mm.
if anyone can spin up a boundary node, then how can you block it?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, I mean, maybe there might be ways. I'm not an expert there either, but
Yeah.
I think it
Those are things that we're gonna learn more about along the way. I think because again, we're still here and there's just so much more to cover and unpack. And let's just take it one step at a time. And I think that also includes
Mhm. Yeah.
circling back to some of the legalities, government regulations that will be coming in the future. Yeah.
yeah, because this is all brand new, so no one really
Hmm.
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah,
Agree.
we're still exploring and building.
Yeah.
Because you know what, Hamish, well, coming, of course, in the next 2 years, we're looking at the bull market. Projects within chain like ICP will definitely be really really big,
For
and of course,
sure.
yeah, a lot of I don't want to say it, um, people who wants to
Don't
transfer
say it.
money from one point to another basically will be using decentralized apps. I think it's been
Mm.
happening on the last bull market, and I think yeah, it is something that is a point to consider, but not yet right now, definitely.
Mm.
But especially when OpenChat is really big in the future, it's something that definitely will be highlighted.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hamish, there are a lot of Filipino fans who uses other blockchain, either as a developer, enthusiast, or entrepreneur, like Solana, Binance Smart Chain, Near, and others. What will be the unique selling proposition, in your opinion, for the internet computer as a blockchain, and why the Filipino community should start building or researching about the internet computer?
Um, so I haven't built on any other crypto before. I was into
Mm-hmm.
cryptos, like I'd invested and stuff, and like
Yeah.
I studied mathematics at uni, and my favorite course was cryptography. So I have a,
Oh.
I enjoyed the crypto side of things, but I've never
Yeah.
built on any other crypto. But from
Mm.
Oh,
my
okay.
experience building on the IC, like it wasn't when we started. It was quite hard. The developer experience wasn't anywhere near
Mm-hmm.
as good as it is now. But
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
now building on it is pretty much just as easy as building on Web 2.
Nice.
Maybe even easier, because you just say DFX deploy and it spins up your infrastructure. You don't need to care about how many virtual machines you're running. You don't need to care
Mm.
about firewall and access or whatever. It's just
Agree.
a lot of it is just handled for you. And but yeah, compared to other cryptos, like no one can no other crypto can do what the IC can do. Like,
Yeah.
we couldn't run OpenChat on any other crypto. You know, if we were running on
That's a good
like
point.
Ethereum or something, and every message was stored on chain, the messages we've sent already would cost us billions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine.
like you
And
know,
the growth of
currently
IC.
like a gigabyte. Currently, I think you pay $5 a year to store on the IC, which
Yep.
it's a lot more than if you were storing it on like AWS, but that price will come down as things become more efficient. But also, when you compare it to any other crypto, it's like multiple orders of magnitude cheaper. And so the things you can build on the internet computer, you just can't build on any other crypto. So you might as well build on the internet computer. If you're going to build on crypto, you might as well build on the internet computer. But then, do you build on crypto or Web 2? I mean, the thing that's good about the crypto side of it is just you can get all the community involved. You can grow organically through community involvement. I think it's more fun. And also there's
That's a
just
good
more
point.
I think there is more opportunity in building it in Web3, just getting all the community involved, decentralizing your service, and you can have your own token, not the service's own token, and it's a good way of just organically growing.
Yeah, agree. Modern Mulan, we should start our project already as well.
I know we've been saying this since the first episode.
I
And
know.
we're in the 13th episode, and we're like, we have to build.
Yeah,
That's really
we have to
interesting because
build.
I think the common theme that we've been hearing from everyone who's graced in our show, they always talk about how efficient it is and um how they really listen to builders and how quick like the growth is. Imagine,
Yeah.
uh, you said how you really notice the difference of how efficient it is to build here. So imagine in 3-5 years time, it'd be crazy um,
Yeah.
how welcoming it is for everyone.
Like
So
the
Mulan-
DFINITY team is really good.
yeah,
And it's a big team. There's
agree.
200, I think, people building on it, and so
Yep.
when you compare how as a developer the experience is now versus 6 months ago or 1 year ago, it's massively better now.
oh,
And
so
the
good
team
to
is
hear.
growing and getting better and better, and the internet
Yeah.
computer itself is becoming more efficient at building out more features. And so it's going to be a beast in
Yeah,
a
Agree.
year or two. Like, it's
I
already way
hear
better
there.
than all the other cryptos, but it's
2024.
getting further away. Like, it's no one else is anywhere near it.
I hear they
Yeah.
are also very approachable. Like if you have questions or need help on your specific project, you can
Yep.
easily contact them and they'll assist you. Is this true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you also encountered problems or some difficulties, challenges while you were building and they've helped you out?
No, whenever we've run into issues, we would reach out to DFINITY and we'd be able to have a meeting in a few days, and
Yeah.
it's always been productive. So, because we're normally, or one of, if not the first people to hit issues in terms of scaling, just
Yeah.
because we have so many
A good
canisters.
problem, I guess. Yeah.
And so DFINITY expect us to have issues. We're treading new ground here.
Yeah.
And so, but also the developers at DFINITY are eager to hear what the issues are, because they're building this thing and they want this thing to be as good as possible. And so
As it can be.
if we say, oh look, we're hitting these issues, they are keen to find out what they are so that they can fine tune it. And
And I think as a builder, that's a really great tool to have that kind of support as well, aside from your own competent team, to have someone else also help you through this process.
Because also we're all on the same mission. Like everyone at DFINITY is very focused on the future. Like sometimes you might see the token price like going down like 90% or something, but people know that what
you're not
they're
faced.
building, what they're building has so much potential that it doesn't matter if it's currently low. What matters is what it will be in the future.
Always looking,
Yeah.
long run.
Yeah.
Mother Mulan, we
Yes.
have a lot of community questions.
I know I've been trying to
It's
browse all
blowing
of
up.
them. I've been trying to browse all of them and I honestly can't pick.
Maybe
Hamish,
Hamish
sorry,
can
we're putting you in a
one
very difficult spot. You have to pick five
at the right part
questions. Yeah.
comments section.
Well, I've seen a few people asking, do we have multilingual support? And so that's an easy one. So let's answer that one.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have multilingual support, but the three of us devs, we only speak English well. So we need community help for
Outsource, yeah.
translating. So if anyone here wants to translate our text into Filipino, we have a file which contains all
Nice.
of the text, and we've already translated it into, I think, 10 languages.
Wow, that's impressive. What languages are
And
these?
we haven't, but like the community
Yeah.
has. I'll get the list, but I'm pretty sure Filipino is not on there.
Oh, not
Um,
yet. We got
We
you.
we
There's
are
so
we
many
are a
if
new
someone
Filipinos
wants to,
community.
yeah,
here.
okay, sounds
Uh-huh.
good.
We can have a
So
volunteer for that. Don't worry.
Multilinguals
can I
are,
paste a link somewhere?
so important. Yeah. Oh, maybe you can send it in a
Not
private
in.
chat or
Okay,
something.
yeah. So
Yeah, we can link it on the video.
in there you can see all of the languages that we support, and so, if we want to support as many as possible, and so anyone in here who wants to do the translations, please do. And
Very much
our
welcome. Yeah.
our going
Are they
forward, what we want to
incentivized?
do, well, exactly that. Yeah, going forward is once we've got the chat tokens, we will say translate all this, and you will receive
You get this.
like a bucket
Oh,
of chat tokens.
uh-huh.
But similarly, we want to incentivize developers. Like, we can say this feature, if someone builds it, we'll give you 10,000 chat tokens. This bug, if you fix it, we'll give
That's
you 1,000.
cool. Yeah.
Because
Wow, nice.
that's the only way really we can grow the team. We don't have a company.
Yeah.
There's just we have the we have the OpenChat like treasury of chat tokens, and that's our funds. And so in order to grow the team, we can say, look, we want this built, we want that built, we want this built, we want that built.
Yeah.
And then
just
we can say,
incentivize.
and so translation is just one way people can contribute, and for that contribution we can give them chat tokens.
Yeah, so that's a good one. Thank you so much for sending that in, Clark Butler. And yeah, I agree. Having multilingual support is so crucial, especially for your growth. So we're so happy to hear that, very early on, you already have like 10 translations. And hopefully the next time you're here, if you visit us again, you'll have a lot more. Again, thank you so much, Clark Butler. Do you have another question that you'd like to answer?
Let me just start reading back through them.
It's hard to
So
pick. I
can we
know.
raise money from OpenChat, or do we need to take permission first to launch money raising campaign? Raise money from OpenChat. I'm not entirely sure what is meant by that, but I guess if you're launching a product, can you publicize it on OpenChat and raise money from the community? Or maybe if they want to clarify that. Anyone can post about fundraising that they're doing, obviously, to the community, and maybe we can make it easier for people to like invest in things through OpenChat. I mean, we've never discussed that before, and that's something I just thought of just now. Like, you could just, if someone says, here's my project, thing is, normally a project might have so much detail that you'd probably need to do it through some other way. There's like crowdfund NFT and stuff, and it has all of these details, and so you'd probably need to do it through something like that. I think OpenChat is a chat app, really, and we want to nail that. And if we do fundraising as well, I think that's a whole so
it's something
it
I
can
think
be
you
done.
would do in theory we could
In
do
theory,
that in the
yes.
future, but realistically I don't think that would be anytime soon. Maybe it could be tiny amount of fundraising, like if someone wants to just like if someone says I'm doing a charity something, and people can send like
for the
one
group
ICP,
chat.
10
Yeah.
But realistically, if you want to start up a new service and you want to raise like thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, you do it through like an SNS or crowdfund NFT.
Yeah. I see. I hope we answered your question, Ahana Gael. Thank you so much for sending that in. It was a good one. At least it was clarified what the main goal of OpenChat is.
I'm gonna scroll all the way to the beginning. And
Yeah, go ahead.
there we are.
You go do that. I hope you don't go crazy because there are so many questions here.
Yeah. Okay. So the first question is, what are you planning to secure? I guess
Oh,
how are you
who
planning
sent
to
this
secure
one?
your at 11:05? Well, my time zone's different to you, but Sunil Meena, quite a while ago, right at the beginning of the. Oh no, wait, my chat hadn't loaded. There were more. Oh.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll answer that one anyway. So it was talking about how are you planning to secure your platform, and will you give reward to early users who will be active on your platform? So
Yeah.
how are you planning to secure your platform? Well, we want to have end-to-end encryption once we can. But also the internet computer makes it quite easy to keep things secure anyway, because in our model, each user has their own canister, and the messages that you send, the direct messages you send are all held in your user canister. And it's really easy to secure that user canister because it is yours. And so only requests which are signed by your principal ID are allowed in. And so it's like an enclosed bubble. Like only you have access to that. And so only you can see your messages. The messages aren't encrypted. So a node provider, the people running the hardware maybe could, in theory, if they somehow read if they read the data of the node, they could potentially read your messages currently. Once we have end-to-end encryption, no one's reading your messages.
Not possible,
Send whatever you want. No one's reading it. But then group messages, each group has its own canister as well. And so the reason for that is if you send a direct message, we store it twice. We store it once in yours and once in the recipient's.
Yeah.
It just simplifies things to have all of your messages in one canister. But then for a group, if we had 100,000 people in a group, we don't want to duplicate that message 100,000 times. We want it just once. So the group messages are stored in the group canister. And again, we just only the participants of that group can see the messages. And so it is actually quite simple to restrict access to these messages.
I agree.
I mean, there's other things like how, like the tokens that, you can deposit ICP into your OpenChat account. But what that means currently is that your tokens are held in a ledger account. So OpenChat doesn't hold any tokens. All of the tokens are held in the ledger, the ICP ledger or the chat ledger or the CKBTC ledger. All of that is external to OpenChat. And OpenChat just makes requests into the ledger to say, move these tokens. Currently, when you deposit tokens into your OpenChat account, that account is controlled by your OpenChat canister, which it makes it nice from a UX because it's just quick. But it does mean that if someone deposited like millions and millions of dollars into their OpenChat account, then like malicious actors would target OpenChat because they could push out a code change. They could push out a code change which could move all of those funds into their own account. But there's an upcoming change from DFINITY to the ledger called ICRC2. And with ICRC2, one principal, like one user, can approve another principal, another user, to send funds from their account. So once we have this, your tokens would no longer be held in accounts controlled by OpenChat. they would be held in accounts controlled by you. And
Oh, okay.
so then you would just approve your OpenChat account to send one ICP, and then you'd say send one ICP. And then what that means is that even if someone completely took over OpenChat, no one would lose any tokens.
Yeah, that's
So-
good. That's good.
Which I think is a big
Much
win.
better.
And also it just means
Yeah.
from our side, we don't need to worry, because
It's
we
not
have
your liability.
we have no control over anyone's tokens. Everyone has
Yeah.
complete
Agree.
control over their own. So this will be coming in, I think, a month or two, probably
Wow,
two.
nice.
I see. I
Um,
see.
It's going to
and
be
it
a
just means
busy
there's
next
no.
month.
It just
I'm
means
gonna
there'll
put it on
be
a countdown again.
Yeah. And it just
Make
means
sure
it's a
it's
big
real.
it's a big weight off our shoulders, because it means that we know no matter what we do, we're not going to lose people's money.
Yeah,
And
and
that-
as a user as well, that kind of added security will make you sleep better at night for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a good question here from Ejak Hua.
What time was it
Um,
sent?
Here in the Philippines, 7:26 p.m.
Okay.
How does it generate profit or revenue to maintain your company? And
Yeah.
what is the revenue model? How that can it make profit equally profitable for investors and your company?
Yeah. So at the moment, people can pay to have additional storage. But what we want to do going forward is we want people to be able to pay to have a premium account. So Telegram, you can pay monthly, and then you get premium features, and I think it's about $8 a month to be a premium Telegram user.
Okay.
We would want premium features, but we'd be nowhere near that expensive. That no one would pay that currently anyway,
Oh,
because
yes,
we don't
please.
have the features. That if we charge like $50 a month or something, and you get message translation, you could have shorter usernames, you could have additional storage, we don't quite know all the features yet. You might be able to do you can join like groups that are for premium only. You could send NFTs, and I don't know, we'll
I hope
have
you also have like some verification for other people, because like for creators like me in this space on Telegram, it's such a constant problem that there's so many scammers trying to pose as us. So maybe if there's some level of verification as well.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to do.
I know.
But yeah, so the model we want to go down is just charging users for premium accounts.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also
For much less.
yeah, and Slack, if you pay for if a company pays for a Slack workspace, every user, I think it's something like $10 per user per month or something like that. And so
That adds up.
what we can do is, if we give a company a private community, we can charge them a fraction of that, and it's just another way of making money. Like, our costs are low.
Yeah.
Like, if this is cheap to run, there's 3 of us building it, and so the costs are low there. There's no one having to do like infrastructure, and
Yeah.
so our costs are low. But yeah, we want to generate profit through that way, just charging people for private communities and charging people for premium accounts. Like, Signal just makes money through donations. I mean, people that is one option. It's not really something we want to do. It doesn't seem very like long-term viable to say we need to run off donations. But when we do this SNS sale, we will be raising, like, the target is we want to try and raise 1 million ICP. And so at our current rate, that would last us years. That would last us like a decade.
Yeah.
So, like, we aren't too worried right now about how we're going to be raising it, as in we're not too worried about becoming profitable. We want to show a plan to how we can become profitable, but we may only become profitable in like 5 years, or who knows.
Yeah.
Agree.
Thank you for that question, Edjak. It's a good one. I mean, as a user and as an investor as well, these are things that you have to ask a project before you you use them, because there are a lot of developers, unfortunately, especially during the bull run, who just try to create like apps or whatever, but they didn't really how do I say it? How do I say it? Not in a not mean way. Um, they didn't
What is
really
it?
show anything for it. You know what I mean? Just they just made like a quick buck off of people. So I think questions like these are very much expected
Yeah. How
for
many
all
questions
developers.
can we get? Uh, did you get five already? Not
We
yet.
have
I
one more.
think
One
so.
Yeah,
more.
we have
Okay.
room for one more.
Has anyone got one in particular that they've seen that's good? I mean, I've just seen a quick one that there's. Do you have any plan for burning tokens in the future to reduce
Okay.
the
Who is it
supply?
from?
From Edu Optinu at
What
at
time?
22. For me, it's 11:22. For you, it's
Okay, yeah, 7.
7:22. Yeah. Um, so yeah, we do. When people pay for these premium feature accounts or premium features in any way, we can either burn all of that, or we could burn half, or we could burn some fraction. We don't know yet, but yeah, we will be burning some portion of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so the more that people pay for premium things, the more tokens we burn. And there can be other ways that we can burn tokens too, but I guess we haven't really fully thought that out yet internally, so we probably won't say that yet, but we will be burning some stuff.
Well, that's why we have social media, you guys, so that the things that the information that they don't have yet for now, they can share with us through their socials. So I think
Yeah.
we can link all of your socials, Open Chat socials, in the description box, so you guys can follow them. Please be a part of their community. I actually um followed your Twitter, and I saw there that I think when we started the AMA, you said that all three of you are doing the main decisions right now, and then eventually the community. But I did see that you were always asking the community, like, what do you think about this, about that, like their opinions. And I just found that really endearing, because, that's the point of being in Web3, because of the empowering the community. So it's nice to see that you're already exploring that very early on. So yeah, are there any events or like the
Yeah.
announcements,
Yeah,
anything
Amish.
forward
Any
to?
invite to the community or mentions or
Um, well,
events? Yeah.
well, then the next event from our side will be the decentralization sale. So
When is
keep
this?
We're
yeah,
looking
well,
forward to it.
that's when the SNS will launch,
Yeah.
and so
The SNS.
hopefully one
Oh, a
month
month from
we'll
now?
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
But
Okay.
month from now.
keep your eye on our Twitter, or we'll
Uh-huh.
post things on OpenChat as well. We have like an announcements channel on OpenChat where you can
Yeah.
keep up to date with
Mm.
things. But that will be the next big thing, and then once that
Yeah.
happens, who knows what the next big thing will be, because it will
Yeah.
be in the hands of the community. So yeah,
Agree.
Hey, Mish,
Agree.
thank you so much for spending your time with us here. We appreciate it. We hope you can come back maybe after the launch, and
yeah.
hopefully a month. You
Yeah.
can, walk us through what happened and your next steps. Again, thank you. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation with us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Amish.
you.
Looking forward to
See you
bringing you back
soon.
again.
Bye. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Hamish. Bye-bye.
Ayan, Sir Ape, grabe, napakaswerte talaga natin sa mga guests natin, 'no? Wala pa tayong episode na wala kang magandang parang take home na information. So it's super nice talking to Hamish, regarding Open Chat. How about you, Sir Nelson? What was your like main takeaway for today's episode?
Open chat will be big,
Mm,
definitely. And the UI UX is very seamless.
yeah,
And I can see this something that will be adopted, not only within the ecosystem,
yeah.
but also to other chains as well.
Mm,
And it's a good on ramp within the
yeah.
IC. This is an app that can easily be used, easily be understood. At the same time, with the feature wherein you can
Mm.
send ICP
That's
within the chat.
huge, no?
That's
So
huge.
much easier.
Yeah, and then in the future, actually next month, their
Mm.
chat token.
Yeah,
So that's something
so
big.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to it. That's the reason why we opened the channel already,
Uh,
and we'll be participating definitely on the SNS launch.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely update the community about it, and yeah, it's pretty much exciting.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree definitely, and I think what I really admired about the way Hamish put things, or as he was describing what they're focusing on, is that their priorities are those just to make sure that it's a really solid and a really good product before they market it. Because it's nice, it stuck with me what he said, that if they started to market and then a lot of people came on board but the product is not really at its best yet, or they're
Mm-hmm.
not ready to take on that many users, it wouldn't really make sense. So I like that they're really hammering down, making sure that everything's good, that
Mm-hmm.
the product is very useful, and the seamless integration, that's something that we need. Kasi and yun nga, it's so hard to get non-Web3 people on board and try these apps. Kahit gaano mo sabihin sa kanila na, oy, maganda to, if they don't understand it or they don't see the need for it, they won't try it. Kaya, ayun, napakaganda talaga ng
I
mga
agree.
priorities na sineset nila. No? So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, for our 5 winners, thank you so much. There are so
Who
many
was it
questions.
again? Who are the names again?
Yeah, I'll read
Sunil,
them. I'll read them. Ito sila, si Clark Butler,
Clark
Ahana
Butler.
Gael,
Okay.
Sunil, Ehak, and Edo. Ayan, there are
Okay.
so
Please
many questions.
message,
Yeah.
DM in Twitter,
Mm.
DM in Twitter, or follow on ano in open chat. Just go to our
Ye-
Twitter, one of the pinned tweets there, or you can go to the link tree and
We
then
have them linked in the
follow on
description.
the open chat channel of ICP Manila to get your prize.
Yes, yeah. So just message there and claim your prize. Right now it's a bit of a hassle kasi nga hindi pa tayo naka-open chat. Or
Yeah.
ayun, you can be a part of open chat and then claim it there so that you could experience,
Yes.
the what we were talking about earlier for yourself. And if you have feedback, 'di ba, you can definitely send it sa kanilang Twitter. We're so sorry we weren't able to pick a lot more questions. If it were up to us and if time permitted, we would definitely pick everyone, answer all of these. But please don't worry. Napakarami pa nating mga guests coming in. So much more projects for 2023. And if you guys are interested, please let us know in the comment section if you want like a part two version of or a part two of this talk with open chat, so that we can answer all of the
Mm-hmm.
questions kasi yung mga inano natin we are very early on. We are in the very early stage of it, kaya we answered the basic ones muna to make sure that everyone understands what open chat is about and what we can expect in the future. So maybe for part two, we can get more technical and there will be a lot more information available for us to go on. No? So ayan, again, thank you so much. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Sir
Happy
Nelson,
New Year.
any other invites for the community?
Yeah, abangan nyo yung next show natin. It's gonna be exciting. We'll try to be
Mm,
consistent with the shows. At the same time,
yes.
community meetup, we're finalizing.
Mm.
And yeah, see you in Manila.
Yes, hopefully soon. Ayan,
Yeah.
para we can start the year right. We can meet everyone. I saw someone commenting that she is from Indonesia. Well, who knows, Lenny? Maybe
Hello.
someday we can create or
Terima
we can
kasih.
set something in Indonesia for you guys. Scout Martin, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Oh, there's a request from Catchy. Sigdaw next, please. Ayan. So thank you everyone. Maraming salamat po. We hope to see you guys in our next episode. Again, happy new year and we hope you enjoyed this one. Bye everyone. Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much. Bye.